Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Once again, everyone together. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare. One last time. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, for the last time, everyone together. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Yes, you all can open your eyes. Okay. Hare Krishna, everyone. Today we have actually requested Karthik as we raise our global center. And very busy person, somebody is ready to come and raise our center. So I would like to share this because Karthik will be in the WhatsApp. I am not really ready yet then, so I will probably he has studied from this Valley and his work is titled Agriculture and he is design engineer. He is well known for his deep understanding of Bhagavad Gita and other scriptures. He has practical discourses of Bhagavad Gita in corporates, colleges and schools. He has recorded videos for all 700 shlokas of Bhagavad Gita, published as an app named Shloka ID, which is spreading like wildfire all across the world. We just spoke about that last year. And his YouTube charts are inspiring many souls to practically engage with spirituality and move towards a life full of bliss. Everyone appreciates his ability to connect and touch the hearts of people. He also featured on the Krishna TV channel on various Panatu, it's called Panatu, and it's called Sarjapur, so we all these are mentioned in the channel. So welcome, thanks a lot, Rudy, for creating a. Let's all chant one time. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Thank you, Prabhu. I would say you all are very, very fortunate to have such wonderful course instructor like Sabareesh Prabhu. Are you all having nice time hearing him?
Yes.
Yes, all of you. He's a very, very wonderful speaker with nice understanding of Bhagavad Gita. And so we chose him here to give discourses. I'll speak more about him towards the end of the class. So let's begin our today's session by chanting auspicious prayers. Please repeat after me. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshuronmilitam Jena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Mukam karoti vachalam pangam langhayate giram. Yat kripatam vande Shri Gurum Dinatarinam. Paramananda Madhavam Shri Chaitanyeshwaram. Hare Krishna. So we're discussing from this wonderful scripture, Srimad Bhagavad Gita. For your information, ISKCON Whitefield has organized 19 Gita courses all around this area. And one of them is happening here. I feel very fortunate because when we come together like this and have charcha, have a discussion, and try to understand this life manual Srimad Bhagavad Gita, it actually goes deep. It goes deep into a system. We can sit and read at home also. We can watch live also. Why come like this? When we come like this, only thing that we do is sit and hear. Now see, you cannot do anything in front of me. You cannot play with your mobile. You cannot go out just like that. Yes. As soon as you start going, I'll catch you. So you cannot do anything. You have to just sit and hear. And the power of just hearing is so great and so enormous that you will realize as the session proceeds, today and the further sessions, you'll realize that how just the submissive oral reception transforms our heart to great extent and raises our consciousness to another level. And today's topic, exploring the inner self, is a very, very important topic. In fact, this is going to cover the second chapter of Srimad Bhagavad Gita. And we dedicate this presentation to our spiritual master, His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. It is by his mercy that all around the world people are getting an opportunity to understand Bhagavad Gita in depth. More than 80 languages, foreign languages, Bhagavad Gita is published. And obviously there are so many Indian languages also. And now so many people are able to go deep in their spiritual practice and raise their consciousness higher and higher. Yesterday evening I was there in another center addressing bachelor boys working in corporate corporate setup. So they were having these questions. What is the goal of life? सब कुछ तो temporary लग रहा है. What is that permanent thing? I said we'll discuss, don't worry, we'll discuss the topic. That is the topic that we will discuss today. Let's begin with a case study. Say I get a lottery of 1 crore and then I'm traveling to Vrindavan. So I give it to one of you and say, please take care. I'm going to Dham visit. I'll come back and I'll take it from you. So after 15 days I come back and then I ask you, give my 1 crore. You will give, no? Say yes. Yeah, don't give it. It's a sadhu's money. Don't keep it yourself. Yes. Now, case 2. Case 2 is you got 1 crore lottery. You have kept it in your cupboard in the treasure box. And next day morning, when you open and see, it's missing. Now, in the 2 case studies, case 1, case 2, which case will you feel very bad? Case 2, case 1, will you feel bad? Oh, you shouldn't. But case 2, you'll feel bad. Why? Ours. Any other thing? Why you'll feel bad? He says, because we think it's ours. Hi, lottery laga tha. Come on. Lottery laga tha. Huh? And so you'll feel bad that, oh, I'm unlucky. Yes? Your plan's already something. Lottery laga and then you plan something. Okay, another example. So from here, gallery, we are seeing out on the balcony. There's a car going like this. And there's a brash bike rider. He comes and he scratches the car and he goes. And you're standing there and, oh. That's the reaction. Oh. Now what if it was your car? What if it was your car? And that to say it's Lamborghini. Huh? Don't ask. Maybe you'll jump. Abhi oh nahi karenge. And you'll jump from there. Yes. Why this such a big reaction to the case 2? Because ours. And if I have to put one word, then it's called attachment. Arjuna had this first question, first thing, how can I punish my family members? And that's how Krishna starts speaking Bhagavad Gita from 2nd chapter. Today's discussion is from 2nd chapter, and Krishna, he instructs Arjuna very beautifully, and he helps us to understand through Arjuna how to deal with this one word, attachment. He makes very profound points. First one, he says, let's understand what is temporary. Krishna is speaking about that point. What is temporary? And second, he speaks about acting on permanent platform. I have a simple question to all of you. Tell me, is attachment wrong? Is attachment wrong? No? Yes? How many of you say yes? Attachment wrong. Okay, how many of you say no, attachment is not wrong? Okay. And how many of you say, Prabhuji, aap bata dijiye? Yes. So attachment, see, one thing is very clear. When it comes to attachment, we cannot do anything in any field without attachment. That's a fact. In fact, we cannot live without attachment. See, attachment is not the problem. Attachment to the temporary things is a problem. Attachment to temporary things is the cause of suffering. I always give this analogy. Say you have traveled from Bangalore to Delhi in the train. It almost takes around 36 to 38 hours. And then you get down from the train and then you start thinking, Abhi kaun baitha rahega us seat pe? कोई बच्चा तो नहीं बैठा था उसमें, उसने potty तो नहीं कर दी. What happened to that seat? Just imagine if someone gets attached to that seat and the person is thinking about it, don't you think his life will be miserable? Yes. It is temporary, Baba. But now when you think that it is mine and you're so attached, that's the cause of suffering. Let's keep this on one side and let's try to understand the temporariness and the permanentness in our own day-to-day life. Are you all ready to explore the inner self? Everyone? Okay, let's begin. Let's begin with a very, very trivial, very simple activity. Okay, everyone raise your right hand. Yes. Okay, nice. Left hand. Okay, everyone point towards your chest. Yes. Okay, everyone point towards your right eye. Okay, point towards your left leg. लोग ढूंढ रहे हैं. होता है. Okay, point towards your body. Okay, point towards yourself. Same. Okay, आज कुछ नया नहीं देखने मिला. 2 years back when I was saying point, okay, I'll tell you last Saturday. Last Saturday I was giving a similar session. So I said point towards your body. Point towards yourself. ये तो फिर भी ठीक था. Hilarious one was point towards your body. Point towards yourself. Every time I'll get some unique participants in my course. But on a very serious note, so when I say my hand, I'm not saying I hand, right? I'm saying my hand. It means this hand belongs to me. Similarly, when I say my body, it belongs to me. And the question is, who am I? When I say my laptop, so that does not mean that I am this laptop. Because when I said point towards yourself, point towards your body, your symbol is same. Your pointer is only like this. But there is a difference between the two, body and me. So what is that? That's what we'll try to discuss now and try to understand. In India, everyone knows this concept, but still logically and scientifically we have to understand this. Now say someone dies. Say Michael has died and he is your friend and you're talking to your common friend. And now you're asking about Michael. So say someone dies. In common language, what do we say? That person expired. What are the other terms? Passed away. You take up any language, be it Kannada, Telugu, Tamil, Hindi, whatever. This is what is the essence. Passed away. In Kannada we say Tirodru. Went. Yes. Channi Poyaru. So went. Chal Base. So we're talking about gone. Passed away. Now the question comes, the person whom you have seen the entire life is there in front of you. Who has passed away? Yes, spirit soul. In India we did not have much discussion on this. Everyone knows. But still on a logical note, just so that dimag ki batti jale. Now another thing, when Michael has died and we are going to talk about his cremation. So what will I say? I am asking my common friend and I am saying, when will Michael be cremated? Is it correct? What will I say? Yes, Michael's body. Isn't it? Michael's body. So now there is two different things. The body has got separated, the identity has got separated. Okay, another important thing, sometimes people say, nahi, wo body kharab ho gaya tha. So we say died. But when it comes to organ donation, people write will, no? That so and so organ of mine can be donated after my death. So now when the organ is donated, it means it's in working condition, no? Yes. Matlab the body is working, but still it is considered dead. Why? Because our body is like a working car, but the driver is missing. And the driver is nothing but spirit soul. Very beautiful shloka from Bhagavad Gita. There are 700 shlokas in the 18 chapters of Bhagavad Gita. Each shloka is so practical, so wonderful. If you dive deep in each shloka, you'll fall in love with Bhagavad Gita. So beautiful. It's a life manual for all of us. And today we're going to just take one shloka. One shloka we're going to discuss for next half an hour, 45 minutes. And we will see how deep the shloka is. Let's begin. Please repeat after me. Dehinosmin yatha dehe kaumaram yauvanam jara tatha dehantara prapte dhirastatra namuyati. Yes. Someone from ladies can read the translation. So there are 4 parts to the shloka if you see. Dehinosmin yatha dehe, part 1. Kaumaram yamanam jara, part 2. Tatha dehantara praptir, part 3. And dhiras tatra namuyati, part 4. Let's discuss these parts one by one. Let's begin with the second one. Kaumaram yauvanam jara. Kaumaram means boyhood, yauvanam means youthhood, and jara means old age. So let's do that with an activity. Okay, let's try to name these personalities from right to left. Yes, begin. Nelson Mandela, Roger Federer, Steve Jobs, Barack Obama, Oprah Winfrey, Queen Elizabeth. Now what I'm going to do is, I'm going to show their childhood photos. And now you have to tell me which personality, this from this list only. There is no wild card in between. Out of these only I'm going to display. So you have to tell me whose childhood photo is this. So all 3 are same person's childhood photo. Once I was showing this, before I told same person's childhood photo, they started saying, first photo, this person. Second photo, this person. Yes. Albert Einstein. Any other? Okay, चलो देखते हैं. Second. कैसे हेयर स्टाइल से बोले? Third. Okay, let's see. Okay, सही जवाब. Second. Oh, nice. Third. Okay, nice. Okay, let's do it once again. Who is this? अभी 2 आंसर आना है. बराक ओबामा, नेल्सन मंडेला. ठीक है. ओके. ये बीच वाला फोटो नहीं हो तो समझ जाते हो. Last. Okay, let's see the answers. Okay, Nelson Mandela, Mother Teresa, and Barack Obama. Now, why we did this activity? See, this entire the photos that we see, not just their photos, even our photos that we see of childhood. लोग बोलते हैं तू कितना क्यूट था पहले, अभी देख कैसा हो गया. Now, when we see these photos, it's not, say I have not shown those photos before and I've just shown the childhood photo and asked you, whose photo is this? Will that be easy to recognize? You know the personality, but now I'm showing the childhood photo. Because you see, there's a complete transformation in the body. But still, this small girl, she's called as Mother Teresa, the middle also, and then the young girl there is called as Mother Teresa, and the old lady is also called as Mother Teresa. So now the entire form is changing, but still the identity is the same, because the body has changed sufficiently. In fact, science says the baby has got dash number of bones and adult has got dash number of bones. Fill in the blanks. First, baby has got how many? 306. So 300 plus. And when it comes to adults, 200 something, 206. अभी देखिए मतलब bones change हो गया, number of bones. Well, the entire body has changed completely. In fact, every 5 to 10 years, all the cells of the body also die and completely rejuvenate. So our entire body has changed, but still, ऐसा नहीं कि बचपन में एक नाम दिया, फिर again young age another name, and then old age another name. No, it's the same name because identity remains the same, because the person is the same. Why the person is the same? Because the identity is given by whom? The body or soul? So soul gives the identity. Body is anyways changing. You see, soul is that one permanent entity that is constant throughout. Now let's see one more thing from the shloka, the part 1. We're talking about, see this line, Dehinaha Asmin Yatha Dehe. So two words are very important in our discussion. Deha and Dehi. Deha means, and guess what is Dehi? ऐसे तुक्का लगाया ना आप लोग ने. Dehi means possessor of Deha. And you're correct, that is soul. That's what is our discussion. Let's try to understand this concept now. Okay, tell me, how many bodies do we have? One, yes. But then one, what you said is correct, what we can see, but there is one more that's called as, or we have two bodies. One that we can see, one which we cannot see. And here it is. We are spirit soul. We have a body called subtle body, and the other one is called as the gross body. Now this gross body is what we are seeing, all of us. We are seeing whatever we are seeing around is the gross body. Subtle body we'll discuss now in detail. Now Bhagavad Gita says how this gross body and subtle body is made. Please repeat. Bhumirapo nalo vayuhu Kammano buddhirevacha ahankara hiyamme vinna prakriti rashtadha. Someone from Prabhu's can read.
Earth, water, fire, air, ether, mind, intelligence, and all things. All together being 8 constitute mind separated material.
So Lord Krishna is telling this to Arjun, and he's talking about 8 energies: earth, water, fire, air, ether, mind, intelligence, and false ego. Now, have you heard Pancha Mahabhut? Pancha Mahabhut? So Pancha Mahabhut are these 5 elements: earth, water, fire, air, ether. So our gross body is like the outside blazer that we wear. Is made up of earth, water, fire, air, ether. And the subtle body is made up of 3 things: mind, intelligence, and false ego. So now it's very nice to note how this mind, intelligence, and false ego work. Now I need not discuss about gross body. We all know. We'll discuss a little bit on mind, intelligence, false ego. Mind works on the principle of likes and dislikes, whereas the intelligence works on the principle of correct and incorrect. Always there will be 2 voices from within. I'm sure all of you might have faced that. Some voice is saying, do it because you like it. And some voice is saying, no, don't do. And a tug of war, we don't understand what to do. But we end up doing something based on what is strong. Okay, I'll explain that. Towards the end, you can ask me. Yes. So now this mind, intelligence, false ego. I'll just explain mind and intelligence through my favorite example of a diabetes patient. Diabetes patient, he visited the doctor and the doctor said, your sugar levels are very high. If you eat any sweet, you're going to die. But then he went to the wedding of his very, very close relative. Indian, by the way. And now, there was huge buffet system. And then he took everything on the plate, whatever was there, and at the end he came to dessert section. And now, his favorite sweet is there. Bodhi, aapka favorite koi sweet boli? Well, mine also. Gulab Jamun. Yes. So now he's looking at that, he has his plate and he's looking at that, he wants to take it, and from within there's a voice which says, take it, you like it. And his hand goes there. And then there's another voice, hey, marega! Don't take. And his hand goes behind. Again it goes in front. Again it goes behind. And you know what? Finally, which voice is strong? You like it voice or not correct voice? नहीं वो ठीक है वो आप लोग का voice है I'm just saying, whichever voice is strong, he will pick that or he will not. So when the voice is saying you like it, who is speaking? Mind is speaking. No, it's not correct. Who is speaking? Intelligence. Yeah. Come forward. We'll have house full after some time. All of you come forward. We have space. Come tell me here. Yeah. Yes, all the mother is also here. Thank you. Thank you. So in this way we see that how the mind and intelligence works. Now what about false ego? False ego makes us believe that I am this body. It makes us believe that I am this body. Actually we are spirit soul. But mind makes us believe, false ego makes us believe that I am this body. We'll discuss a little bit more on this. We discussed about the two bodies. Now what about the spirit soul? There's another shloka which talks about the spirit soul. Please repeat. Apareyam mitastvanya prakritim vidhi me para jiva bhutam mahabahu yeyadam dharyate jagat. Someone from ladies can read. So here Krishna is talking about the second energy, that is superior energy. In that shloka, the previous shloka we saw, Bhumi, Rapa, Anala, Vayu, Earth, Water, Fire, Air, Ether, he's talking about material energy. Now he's talking about spiritual energy. And this is pointing to us, that is living entity. We are the ones who are exploiting or utilizing various material energies of this world for our own satisfaction. Let's put all that together and understand through one analogy. Here is a very, very beautiful analogy from Upanishad. Our Vedic scriptures are so wonderful, I tell you. The only thing is, वो थोड़ा time नहीं मिलता हमें पढ़ने. That's it. Otherwise, if you read, it is so wonderful, so very wonderful. Look at this analogy. This entire chariot that you see is our body. It consists of both gross and subtle. Yeah. These 5 horses, it represents what? Yes, Panchendriya, the 5 senses, eyes, nose, ears, tongue and skin. Tell me, what is the rope in our body? Okay, mind. It's our mind, yes. And the person who is holding the rope? Okay, intelligence. And the person who is sitting behind? नहीं the entire chariot is body. तो body में कौन बैठा है? Soul. Okay. Now, it's a very nice thing to note. When the person is holding the rope, he is weak. He loosens the rope. What will happen? All the senses will go hither and thither. I mean all the horses. And who will face the repercussion? The person who is sitting. Yes? This is exactly what happens with us. We'll cover more about this topic in a session called Mind Control or Mind Your Mind. If I'm not wrong, 3 sessions from now. Don't miss that session. Very, very wonderful. Where we'll discuss in detail about how powerful the mind is and how we can control the mind. We'll discuss more on that. So this entire chariot analogy speaks about our entire body, subtle body and gross body. But tell me, we discussed about the gross body and in subtle body, mind and intelligence. What about false ego? Where is false ego? Oh, no, not wings. The rope is mind. Clouds, huh? See, the false ego is an entity which is invisible here, which does not allow spirit soul to get down from the chariot. It says, no, you are this chariot, be there. You are this chariot, be there. This is what false ego does. It makes us believe that we are this body and not spirit soul. Sometimes people say, I am my mind. No, no, no. It's your mind. You are not mind. Mind belongs to you, your spirit soul. But false ego makes us believe, no, no, I am this body. People connected to this body are mine. Everything connected to this body are mine. And then we fight for it like cats and dogs in this world. This is called as Dehatma Buddhi. Just thinking about the body and considering it to be one's own self. Let's move ahead. So we have discussed the first two parts. Dehi and Deha we have discussed. We discussed about Kaumaram, Yavanam, Jaran. So now Deha is changing from boyhood to youthhood to old age. But Dehi remains the same. Understood everyone? That's what the first two lines are saying. Now the third line says, Tatha Dehantara Praptir. So now the spirit soul is there in boyhood, in youthhood, in old age. At the time of death, what happens to the spirit soul is the question. And let's try to discuss that, and that is what is this line called Dehantara Praptir. What happens at the time of death? Soul leaves the body. Where it goes? Enters another body. Okay. Now I have another question. Now when we say soul leaves the body, which body? Gross body, subtle body. Subtle body का क्या होगा? So it leaves gross body. Subtle body also it leaves? Yes? No? Okay, we'll discuss. Yes. See, my job is to confuse you first. And then give you clarity. Okay, let's do this with a diagram. See, since I'm a techie, you will find all this in my slides. Gross body, subtle body, and we are spirit soul. Now, at the time of death, gross body is left. And now, when we say going to another body, we get another gross body, and spirit soul moves with the subtle body. Subtle body kahin gaya nahi hai. With the spirit soul, subtle body has gone to the next body, next gross body. Are you all with me? Yes. Is everyone? Okay. Now you should ask me, what is the proof for this? Now someone should say that, no, according to me, even subtle body goes. What is the proof? That subtle body also remains. And we will get into a scientific proof called mystery of reincarnation. Punarjanma. So a personality, Dr. Ian Stevenson, he did a lot of research on this. He passed away in 2007, but he almost demonstrated some 3,000 plus reincarnation cases all around the world. One case which we would like to discuss today is from Mumbai. You see the newspaper cutout there? That is of 1984 newspaper cutout. Now this person, Deep Kapadia, he took birth in Borivali, Mumbai. Anyone from Mumbai? Okay. So there's a place in Mumbai, so he took birth there in a Hindi-speaking family. But when he was some 3.5 years old, approx, he started speaking Marwadi language. And the parents were really awestruck that how come he's speaking a different language? And they thought there is some problem with this person. They went to various doctors and various medicine. Nothing is working. Then they came across Ian Stevenson's group, his team. They called this team. And how this team will do the research on reincarnation is, when the child starts speaking something weird, they will interview the child and they'll try to do what the child is saying. If say the child is speaking about some place, they'll take the child to that place. And then they'll ask various intricacies of that particular place, just to understand if it's a reincarnation case or not. So Deep, when he was just 3, he started speaking that, take me to Udaipur, my house is in Udaipur. Just imagine your kids tell you that you're not my parents. Just think about it. एक जोर से चमाट बजा के बता अभी कौन है तेरा parent? But on a serious note, just think what his parents would have gone through. He's saying, no, I belong to Udaipur. Take me to Udaipur. Now this Ian Stevenson and his team, they came and they without telling Deep, they boarded a train to Udaipur. They said, let's go for a picnic. They didn't say which place. One station before, Deep is saying, next station is Udaipur, let's get down. And now it's very nice to see the team of doctors, parents, and the small boy is leading the entire adult group. He is going walking, and then the entire adult group is following. Then he crosses the bridge. He greets some tanga wala there, Raju, and then he goes to that place which he was talking about, and then he knocks the door. A 32-year-old man opens the door, and this boy who's just 3.5, he embraces that 32-year-old fellow and he says, "My dear son, how are you?" Oh, that will be such a trauma if that happens with us. Huh? Now, this person who opened the door, he wasn't fixed what to do. He started thinking maybe my father's some wealth or something that these people want, property or etc. So, बहुत कुछ आएगा ना thoughts ऐसा कुछ होता है तो. Then various questions started. So this 32-year-old person, he asked, if you are really reincarnation of my father, only me and my father knows that where he was keeping his rifle. Because my father was a security officer in Udaipur Palace. And that's what Deep was saying again and again. That I am working in Udaipur Palace. I am the chief security officer. Now parents were not believing all that. And now this person is also saying the same. So this small boy, he told, let's go. He took them to the second floor. He said, remove this photo. And behind was a door. He said, open the door, and there was a rifle. And like that, a lot of other secrets of the house was told. Then this boy took everyone to museum. And there, he and few others were knowing some secrets of the museum. And this person, small boy, he started telling that open this particular door and press this button, the photo moved, and there was another safe. The safe was removed, and in that there were some antique pieces which only he and few other people knew. So now it's a wonderful case study. There are many reincarnation cases. One such is we are discussing here. Now just think about this. Deep is a reincarnation case of Pannalal Agarwal, the security officer. So Pannalal Agarwal from Udaipur, he left, he died there. Deep took birth in Mumbai. But Deep is saying that he is Pannalal Agarwal. But Pannalal Agarwal's body was burnt. This is a new body. What is that common thing between the two? Soul. And where is the memory stored? Abhi samjhe? The memory is stored in subtle mind. How many of you want to know your past life? I know how to understand past life of a person. I can tell you now it's it. Raise your hand. Tension हो, raise your hands. हाँ, बहुत अच्छा, very nice. Class के बाद मिलो बता. See, we might think it's very nice to know past life. This person was interviewed. I was hearing that audio interview of Deep. He was telling it is such a miserable situation. Tell me why it will be miserable? We cannot move on. We cannot live in our current life. We cannot. One simple thing, say, in past life we died out of car accident. And you say you remember that. Will you ever sit in a car? Maybe as soon as the car goes like this, you run like this on the other side. It's a trauma. It's a trauma. It's not some fun to know what I was in the past life. It's a trauma. But still, there are traces of remembrance of past life. I'll speak about it. If you want to do more research on reincarnation, you all can do it yourself. Even the engineer of Titanic, he reincarnated, and he told various details of Titanic. Many reincarnation cases are there, which scientific papers are talking about. When it comes to us, many people, they have some phobias. Right from childhood only, some people have phobias. Some phobias are developed with time because of some traumatic situation in life. But there are some phobias right from childhood. अभी बताइए childhood में अचानक से phobia कहाँ से? He has not seen the world only. There are some kids who are very scared from heights. And there are some kids who are very scared of water. I had taken one youth group to Melkote, a place called Melkote. There we have a big lake. and we all were taking bath. I was also there in the waters. And there was one boy standing very far. Then I thought maybe he's not well or something. After I took bath, I went out, I spoke to him. Then I asked, what happened? You're not taking bath? Come, come, let's go to water. I was pulling him. He said, no, 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 no. I said, what happened? Why are you behaving like this? I'm scared of water. I'm scared of these water bodies. I said, what happened? I don't know. Right from childhood, I have this problem. अभी उसको भी पता नहीं problem क्या है. Some people have phobias of getting into a lift. What it is called as? Claustrophobia. I said some people are scared of water, and some people say yes, hydrophobia. I said ऐसा कुछ नहीं है. There is no word like this. Now see, it's very nice to note a small kid having such phobia. Where is it coming from? Is the question, and the answer is previous life. Abhi, he does not remember entire life like what Deep remembered. But still he has some traces which says that something is there from the past life. Forget about that. Even all of us sitting here, each and every individual sitting here has got some likes and dislikes. बचपन से एक अलग likes dislike होगा. Have you seen that? Yes. बचपन से एक अलग behavior होगा. Some kids you will see they're so sober, so nice. Huh? Some kids are like demons. Oh, you're able to relate with that? No, because I remember I was traveling from Bangalore to Vrindavan, Mathura. So on the way, me and one of my friend from our monastery, so we both were traveling. And then we both were sitting. We were on the side berth, and on the other side, we were seeing there was one child, small child. He was not even able to speak. He was going and beating other kids, pulling hair of some other person sitting, other passenger. Every half an hour he wants to eat. I'm wondering what type of child he is. Then since we have studied some Shastra, we're discussing from Vedic scriptures that what will be the past life of this person. A certain nature the person has got in himself, a certain likes and dislikes the person has got. See, now tell me, this cannot be by chance. Huh? ऐसे नहीं बोलते बाय चांस ये डिवाइन हो गया, बाय चांस ये डीमन हो गया. अभी पेरेंट्स ने क्या बिगाड़ा था? Everyone wants a nice, obedient, innocent child. But you see, right from childhood, these traits can be seen. And the answer to this is from past life. Some people remember ditto, word to word of past life, and some people have some traces of past life. Both proves that the memory of past life is stored in the subtle body, and that's what is reflected now in our nature in the current life. Isn't that wonderful? See, we are discussing about ourselves. We're just trying to discuss one verse of Gita. It's so deep. So deep. There's another scientific research paper that is published on this. It's called as near-death experience. Now, this is a very different type of experience. And Dr. Michael Sabaum, he has given a lot of near-death experience case studies. He has done various papers on that. So there was one case study which I was hearing. So there was one lady who met with an accident, a very serious accident, and then she was taken to another city which she has never visited, to the hospital in the ambulance, because that was the best hospital. She was given a very high dose of anesthesia. She was declared clinically dead. Because when high dose of anesthesia is given, there are hardly any symptoms of life because operation has to be done. So the body is very thanda. Even the ECG will not be having a lot of variations. So that's the clinically dead state where you have no consciousness. That's what's the point. But still, this lady, after the operation, when she came back to consciousness, she started saying about various details of the hospital. On the terrace, on the left side, there are a pair of Nike shoes. Right side, there's a water tank which is dirty. On the front, there's an oak tree and things like that. And for your information, the hospital terrace is locked. And this lady is coming for the first time to the hospital. That in unconscious state. How she got to know all that? And the best part is, she spoke about what doctors are speaking while doing operation. There is a nice video of this. Volume.
losing their battery. Her heart will not restart. She has just minutes before her brain too shuts down. And so, many people got to we were trying to jumpstart her heart with a defibrillator. I gave her several drugs. The patient had lost too much blood. Her organs weren't getting it. We really didn't think we could save her. Because Christina's heart has stopped pumping, many would consider her dead. Yet something seems to be happening with her mind.
Das nächste, was ich wieder weiß, ist, ja, dass ich.
So she is the one undergoing the operation.
I was hovering underneath the ceiling of the room. I could see down on myself laying on the operating table. And I saw the surgeons and heard them talking to each other. The scenario was pretty hectic. I realized that this was about life or death.
To help understand near-death experiences, some researchers focus on the content of these episodes.
A common element that occurs early in near-death experiences is what's called an out-of-body experience. At that time, the person seems to be able to see and hear things going on, but up from the vantage point above their body.
So in this particular video that we just saw, so this spoken about out-of-body experience where the person is able to see his own operation, his own body's operation. Now what is that is coming out of the body? And from our entire discussion we understand it's the spirit soul with the subtle body which is able to see the entire thing that is happening. In fact in ISKCON we have one of our senior devotees, one of the sannyasi, he underwent the operation, and after the operation he met the surgeon and gave a tight slap to the surgeon. He said that discussion on baseball is not right during surgery. And he spoke his experience of out of body. So all these different research, scientific research proves that we are something different from the body. And from Bhagavad Gita it's very clear. We are spirit soul. We are not this body. Now the fourth part, Dhiras tatra na muhyati. Krishna is saying a sober person is not bewildered by such a change. Now when we understand this entire concept of body and soul, when people say no, self-realization, have you heard this word? You know what does that mean? Just realizing one thing, that I am not the body, I am spirit soul. Usko kehte hai self-realization. Now don't say today you are self-realized. What today we have got is theoretical information. Now that has to become a realization. That's two different things. So one is information, one is understanding, and third one is realization. Sometimes you just get information. Sometimes you are able to understand the information. And sometimes we are fortunate to realize that particular thing through spiritual practice. So now here it is said, a person who realizes this will be never bewildered by such a change. And it's a very, very important thing to note. It's a leadership quality to be always stable and equipoised. People appreciate such stable people. And all of us sitting here, we are leaders in some or the other space of our life. Be it in the family, be it in the office, be it anywhere for that matter. Somewhere we'll be leading something. And this stability is very, very important. And when we go deep in this particular concept that we discussed today, and through spiritual practice, especially mantra meditation, when we realize this one aspect, that I am not this body but spirit soul, our life will be so amazing. Naturally, that quality of being equipoised will manifest. Naturally, the quality of being stable will manifest. It's very, very important. Because as soon as there are some sequence of events in our life, we cannot keep going up, down, up, down. So much of it's so traumatic for a person to keep going up, down, up, down. Yeah? But that spiritualist who has realized this particular aspect of being one's own self as spirit soul, he's stable throughout. He's stable throughout. And that's a very, very magnetic quality which attracts people around. Therefore, spiritualists are always sorted off, always looked after or looked for. They feel very nice, oh, okay, he's a spiritualist. And when we start interacting, we start feeling so nice. And And also other thing which I would like to mention here is a very nice statement by a great personality. He says, we are not human beings with spiritual experience, but spiritual beings with human experience. Wow. We are not human beings with spiritual experience, but spiritual beings with human experience. That's a very nice thing to note. Because as of now, since we are on the bodily platform, we think spirituality is just an experience. But actually, it's the food. It's the food for us because we are spiritual beings with some human experience in our day-to-day life. Some practical benefits. First one is universal brotherhood. Just imagine if all of us, if we realize we are spirit, soul and not the body. Tell me, where is the question of difference? Where is the question of being disunited, being separated? Because we are able to see everyone is like me only. We are spirit, soul. We are all spiritual beings. All the problem comes because of this body, no? When this body takes birth, in India, we say Bharat Mata ki Jai. Yes? And when this body takes birth in Pakistan, we say Pakistan Zindabad. And both the bodies are fighting with each other. You see? But as soon as this one understanding is there, we are spirit soul, there's no question of differences now. And the same platform. And therefore in ISKCON you will see, at least I was mesmerized first time when I went to our headquarters in Mayapur in West Bengal. So I was sitting in Srila Prabhupada's Pushpa Samadhi, it's a big temple. And then I just looked behind, it's a big ceremony happening there. I just looked behind and I had so many people behind sitting from different countries. And all of them were sharing the same platform. And all of them were practicing spirituality. And there was a tight unity which I could see in them. And what is the reason? This realization. We are not the body, we are spirit soul. Doesn't matter you're black, you're white, your eyes are straight, your eyes are round, or your mustache is small or big, how does it matter? It's on the bodily platform. Second one, rising above inferiority complex. Many of the times, people have so much of problem, especially with the complexion, with the mass in the body. How does it really matter? People want to apply, for men, fair and handsome. Matas have a lot of different options. This and that. Why you want to change the complexion? Why? Because we are on the bodily platform. Yeah. जिसका hair straight है, उसको curl करना है. जिसका curly है, उसको straight करना है. What is going on? Some people they look in the mirror and they say, "Oh, I'm so fat," and they get into depression. And some people are thin. अरे मेरा weight ही नहीं बढ़ रहा, कितना भी खाओ, और उसके वजह से अलग problem. All this inferiority complex that remains is because we are on the bodily platform. Once we realize we are spirit soul, where is the question of inferiority complex? Third, positive outlook and attitude to life. We'll stop complaining about life. We'll stop complaining about people around. In fact, we'll start helping people understanding that we are on the same platform of spirit. You see? And the last one, right use of resources. There's no question of exploiting anyone. As soon as you realize we are spirit soul, there's no question of exploiting anyone. In this world, it's all about exploitation that we see. Why? Because I want to sustain. Survival of the fittest. Why survival of the fittest hota hai body ka? If you're on the bodily platform, we'll be there on that cutthroat competition. But then when you're on the spiritual platform, naturally we'll extend our hand to anyone and everyone. Anyone and everyone. That's called as the right use of resources. Our entire perspective of life will change. And finally, the last practical tip for today. So we discussed about three entities. Ourselves, that is spirit soul, subtle body, and gross body is made up of earth, water, air, fire, ether. Subtle body is made up of mind, intelligence, policy. And soul is spirit, spirit soul. In the first session, I'm sure Sabareesh Prabhuji has covered this very wonderful concept of 4 needs of human beings. You all remember? Starting with physical need, psychological need, emotional need, spiritual need. Sabareesh Prabhuji is smiling, chalo aapko yaad hai. Okay, now that is there in front. Now you have to map all these to these three entities. Physical needs will cater to, okay, very nice. Psychological and emotional need will cater to subtle body. And spiritual need will cater to spirit soul. Abhi aur ek logical analysis. Last analysis for today. We have been taking care of gross body, correct? Yes. साबुन घिस घिस के धोते हैं ना अच्छे से. Huh? Exercise, food, this and that, whatever we do is for this gross body. Physical need, psychological need, emotional need. So much time we invest in relationships. So much time we invest in achieving something in life, isn't it? We take care of the subtle body also. लेकिन spirit soul को छोड़ दिया है ऐसे. You know our situation, Srila Prabhupada says our situation is we have a golden cage and there's a bird in that. And सुबह उठते ही we start cleaning the golden cage. And bird is shouting, give me food, and you're just busy cleaning the cage. पूरा रात तक cage को clean करते रहते हैं, अंदर से बाहर से कर रहे, clean कर रहे. And the bird is shouting, give me food, I'm dying. But unfortunately, we don't realize this particular thing. The only thing that we say is, पता नहीं मेरे पास सब कुछ है जीवन में लेकिन satisfaction नहीं है. अरे वहाँ bird मरे जा रहा है, satisfaction कहाँ से आएगा? Where's the question of satisfaction? And that bird is nothing but we, spirit soul, in this cage of subtle body and gross body. Now do we understand what is hollowness and dissatisfaction all about? Because all three entities should be taken care of nicely. But somehow it is not taken care, I mean the spirit soul. Therefore I say don't starve the spirit soul. And what will feed the spirit soul are spiritual activities. And for beginners, 3 activities are enough. There's no need to do anything more than this. First one is mantra meditation. Every single individual who claims oneself to be a spiritual practitioner should be doing mantra meditation every day without fail. 10 minutes lagta hai, just 10 minutes. Second, studying Bhagavad Gita. Because Bhagavad Gita is a life manual. And today we've discussed only one shloka. For the last 1 hour we've been discussing. And in fact, I tried to summarize the entire shloka. If we go in detail, we can discuss more. But the thing is that if we start studying Bhagavad Gita, shloka by shloka, one by one, every day one shloka also. So we have recorded those videos which Prabhu might have told last session. So one shloka is enough, daily to feed us as spirit soul. And third one, association of like-minded spiritualists. Each and every individual sitting here is special because they have spiritual inclination. There's a Sunday subah ki uth ke aate hain. They could have been there in their home, sleeping. But every single individual here is special because they have spiritual inclination. They want to go deeper in their spiritual life. And this association which we get once in a week is rare. Very rare. So anyone who does these 3 regularly will be satisfied because this will nourish the spirit soul, the spiritual need. Mantra meditation every day, studying Gita every day, and once in a week coming together like this in a spiritual setup to discuss something on the life manual. So in this way, one can satisfy one's spiritual need and one can be completely blissful in his day-to-day life. Thank you very much. Any questions?
So you said the subtle body also moves, right? As part of reincarnation. So when the reincarnation is happening, so the characteristics, what was there in the past life and the future life will also kind of be very much changed. So let's say, I'm a very, not a nice person. So when I go to next life also, I will not be a very nice person. All the time a doctor in this life, when I go to next life, I will be a doctor in my the past and to next life. So can you understand?
So a very nice question. He's saying if I'm not a nice person now, next life I'll not be like that. And next life also I'll not be a nice person. And that's true. In the mind session, we'll discuss more on this in our day-to-day life, whatever we're doing. That makes a strong impression on a subtle body. Strong impression. Like today, if I ask you, tell me something about your childhood, you'll not be able to say word by word, minute to minute, right from childhood what happened. You will tell those experiences which have made strong impression on you. When I say on you, I'm talking about subtle body. And those impressions will be carried forward to the next life. So now say I have been a very obnoxious, demonic person now. I'll carry forward that in the next. And that's what we can see sometimes in the kids. The parents are divine. Suddenly ये बच्चा कैसे पैदा हुआ ऐसा? Yes. In the divine parents' family, there's a Hiranyakashipu taking birth. And they are also worried ये मेरा बच्चा है किसी और का है. Sometimes they say also hospital में exchange हो गया लग रहा है. So you're correct. Now talking about I am a doctor now, and next life I'll be a doctor. I might have inclination towards that. I will have to qualify as a doctor in this life also by studies, but I might have inclination towards that for sure. And that's how people they show a lot of interest towards various aspects of medical and this and that. कोई तो self-proclaimed doctors भी होते हैं. Maybe you can say past lives आया है वो, no doubt. Yeah. So in this way, we can easily understand that the very deep-rooted impressions on the subtle body will be carried forward to the next life, and that will be shown in next life as soon as the trigger that comes. You'll see that. And sometimes without trigger also the nature will manifest. Make sense? Yes, bro.
What is the difference between mantra and mahamantra?
Okay. So mantra, we can divide that into two words. I don't know if I have that here. It's not there. Man and tra. So man means mind and tra means trayate. Delivering the mind is called as mantra. The one which delivers the mind, that's called mantra. So in the Vedic scriptures, we have got various mantras. Very, very powerful, each one of them. But then the problem with various such mantras is, it has got the problem with Desha Kala Patra. We might have discussed this a little bit in the previous sessions also. Everyone cannot chant that mantra. There's some qualification needed. It cannot be chanted at any time. And it cannot be chanted at any place. There's particular place and particular murta that is needed. So mantras. But Mahamantra, or the great deliverer mantra, means there is no constraint of Desha, Kala, Patra. Any person, at any time, at any place can chant this mantra, and that person can be delivered and raised to a higher consciousness of spirituality. That's the difference between the two. All the mantras are powerful, that can take you to the higher consciousness. But not everyone is qualified for that. Yeah. But to chant the Mahamantra, that is Hare Krishna Mahamantra, there is no qualification that is needed. The person can just be taken to the next level. In fact, the Mahamantra gives the qualification to the person. That's the difference between the two. You need qualification to chant any mantra, but when you start chanting Mahamantra, Mahamantra gives you qualification. That's the difference.
Suppose Guru gave me some mantra to the I think Mahamantra also then whether it can be done or
Yeah. It will be done. It can. No issue. No issue. Mahamantra anyone can chant.
Another question is there is a white without and traditions are quite strong.
Yes.
Just want to understand actually and also advice, right? So we are basically.
Yeah, I know that. Yeah, we'll discuss this in one session.
Mayavadi and other things comes actually.
Yeah. Now we'll discuss this elaborately in one class. We'll discuss about Shunyavad, Mayavad, Advaitavad, Dvaitavad. We'll discuss this in detail. That's a session of 2 hours in itself. वही मैं सोच रहा कोई ना भी पूछेगा इसको. हाँ, उसे कहते हैं, क्या कहते हैं? भटकती आत्मा, प्रेत आत्मा. ओके, नाउ आप जो कह रहे हो सही है, लेकिन वो सबके साथ नहीं होता. लेट मी टेल यू व्हाट इज दैट. और कुछ है कोई प्रश्न उसके आगे? हाँ बोलिए. नहीं, तो हर जगह पे है. सनातन तो सबका है, कश्मीरी वाला नहीं. करेक्ट, सबके यहाँ होता है. नाउ सी, अ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट थिंग इज, what is this ghost? I'll just tell you in short. Ghosts exist or no? Yes, ghosts exist. घर पे है आपके. Okay, now let's see, when it comes to ghost, what is that? Let's understand. So now material nature has given us the body based on our past karma. Next session we'll be discussing about karma. Very important session. So there you'll understand that based on karma we get the next body. So now in this body, say I've got 60 years of lifespan. But then I decide nahi bore ho raha hai is body mein, end kar dete. That's called suicide. Person is frustrated. He ends the body. Say he ends the body at the age of 30. Now, he was supposed to live in that body for 60 years. He ends the body at the age of 30. For next 30 years, the punishment is he'll not get a gross body. So now what happens is the person remains in which body? Subtle body. So spirit soul with subtle body which roams around without a gross body is called as ghost. Now you know what is the punishment? He'll not get gross body. But because of the strong impression on the mind, he has got the urges of thirst, hunger and various other urges. He doesn't have gross body to fulfill that. Then what will happen is he will attack someone. Now whom he'll attack? The ones who don't attend Gita Course regularly. If you miss any session, I'll send one ghost to your house. On a serious note, anyone who is spiritually and emotionally weak, such bodies are attacked. Attack means what? Basically, this subtle body with the spirit soul with subtle body enters that gross body and suppresses the soul which is there in that gross body. Simple. As I was bada nahi, haunting of ghost is not very big, but it's very traumatic, I would say, because the person has to go through a lot. Sometimes the gross body is also harmed. Because out of the fit of rage, this ghost will do various things to that body. So this is called as ghost. But everyone will not be a ghost. ऐसा नहीं कि जो भी मर रहा है उसका आत्मा घूमता रहेगा उसी घर में. It's not like that. If the person has committed suicide or if the person is very sinful, बहुत पाप किया है, for such people, gross body is not awarded. He is made to suffer like it. It's a punishment basically. It's a punishment. See, Prakriti, she is very strong and very pakka. Even if the government, the judge, the Supreme Court judge also spares someone, she will not spare. She will not spare. She will punish very badly. She will punish, and that's how the person is not given gross body. और फिर ये प्रेत आत्मा और ये सब होती है ये सारी चीजें. ठीक है ना माता जी? तो सबके लिए है वो तो केवल कश्मीरी लोगों के लिए सबके लिए. Yes. Okay, how many of you have questions? Raise your hands. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. तो बहुत सारे हो गए. Maybe I'll take one from here, and after Aarti will discuss. I'm here only, we'll discuss. Sabareesh will also be here. You can ask him also. Yes.
So there is a short-term memory.
What's that? Short-term memory.
Then the long-term memory. Sometimes we get dreams. Those dreams are something what we do in the day. And sometimes it comes from past.
Correct.
Now, reincarnation is something. Something is memory from past.
Correct.
So in all these dreams, short-term, long-term memory, what about the subtle body?
Okay. So his question is about dreams and various other memories of short-term, long-term. So what is the role that subtle body plays? In fact, everything is done by subtle body only, and it's all based on what sort of impressions are there on the subtle body. Say the impression is very strong, that remains as long-term memory. And the dreams also that we get, those are impressions which are manifested. In the mind session, we'll see that more in detail. But we will see, I'm sure some of us might have experienced that in the dream we are just running. Someone is following us, or some people get a dream they're falling from a cliff. Some people get a dream of drowning in the water. I'm sure, at least I got this dream a couple of years back, after a long time. I'm writing exam in school, and someone is snatching the paper. I mean, the invigilator is snatching the, and then I got up, oh, I didn't complete my paper. Now, all these are nothing but the strong impressions that we have on the subtle body. And when the gross body is not working, it means it's resting. Tabhi subtle body ka game start hota hai. That's called dream. And we will all portray one after another. Sometimes it's a mix and match of various different things. That khichdi we will see in the mind session. How the subtle body or mind, it mixes various information, various things of this world and presents it to us like a dream. Yes, bro? Okay, last question.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
My question is, what is the objective of all the spiritual life, also known as human beings, from the day they are born?
What's the goal of human beings?
How do we live our life?
How do we live our life? When we attend the entire Gita course, we'll understand this. In short, if I have to tell how to live life, we have to follow the life manual called Bhagavad Gita. Very clearly it is given what we are supposed to do. And this question of what is the goal of a spiritualist, what is the goal of a spiritual practitioner? For us, the goal is we have to get rid of subtle body also. That's called as moksha or liberation. Or to make it more simple, we are more interested to be eternally happy. And when we realize we're spirit soul, that is called a self-realization. And that is the level of eternal happiness. There's something beyond that also. When we serve the Lord, that is on a different platform altogether. We'll discuss this sometime later. But at least on this platform, what we've discussed, it's a very, very basic platform. At least to understand that I am not the body, I'm spirit soul. Self-realization is the goal. Breaking the cycle of birth and death is what we're supposed to do. Or else your reincarnation, phobia, this and that, whatever we discussed, all that is happening with us, lifetime after lifetime after lifetime. ये कभी खत्म होगा ये सब? We have to finish this as soon as possible. And that's what a spiritual life is meant for. वो तो हो गया end. Now when we're practicing spirituality, that itself is so blissful and so nice. See, for last 1 hour, 1.5 hours, you people are sitting. बैठे ऐसे घर पे 1 घंटे, 1.5 hour एक जगह पे. वो टीवी के सामने उसके अलावा बैठे नहीं. Even in the office when I used to work, I remember we'll sit for half an hour, go around, yes, go have some milk, coffee, whatever, come back, sit, talk to someone, do some work. We cannot sit like this. Now, the reason that we're able to sit here is because we're discussing something which is connecting to us, our day-to-day life. That is spirit soul, and it is nourishing us, therefore we're able to sit. And I know so many people, they'll keep coming to every session. Why? They're feeling that spiritual nourishment. So now when you're practicing spirituality, spiritual nourishment happens, and finally the person is able to attain perfection of human form, that is breaking the cycle of birth and death. I hope that gives you some answer, but this answer will evolve as you attend the session, the further sessions. Okay, so we will do mantra meditation now. It's already 12:27. So they will give you beads, so you all can take the beads. If you all want to stand, you can stand also. If you want to stretch your legs or whatever. If you are comfortable, you can sit now. Today is a very special day. You all know what is today? Dwadashi, Onam, yes. Vamana Dwadashi, yes. Today is the appearance day of Lord Vaman Dev. You all know Vaman, incarnation of the Lord? Yes, Bali Maharaj Vaman, the dwarf incarnation of the Lord who extended himself in all the 3 worlds. Very, very special day. Yesterday was Ekadashi. We all devotees fasted yesterday. Today we broke our fast on Dwadashi. And it's a festival today called Vaman Dwadashi. And somehow you people are very fortunate. On this auspicious day, you're getting an opportunity to chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra sitting in a temple with spiritualists. Some punya you've done in the past. How many of you come for the first time today? Raise your hands. Okay, okay. This side? Okay. Then give me 1 beads, I'll explain how to chant. TA is giving this. Sit. Okay, see, this is how you hold the beads. You don't touch your index finger. Okay. And this is the feather bead that is there. It's going to move towards you like this. Okay. So you hold the beads like this. So on your middle finger, you're holding the bead. And then you move the beads like this. On each bead, we're going to chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Is that clear? All the ones who have come for the first time. We'll begin. Yeah, we can chant before. Yeah. Okay, we'll begin, everyone. Yes, everyone with your eyes closed, please. Let's prepare our mind. Everyone with your eyes closed. So as I said, today is a very, very auspicious day. Today is Dwadashi, especially appearance day of Vamana, Lord Vaman Dev, incarnation of Lord Krishna or Vishnu. Be conscious. Be conscious that you're sitting in a temple. Be conscious of the sacred beads in your hand. And be conscious of the association that you have today here. Just once in a week, we get an opportunity to sit with more than 100 people and hear from Bhagavad Gita and chant the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. This happens only once in a week for all of you. So tell your mind, don't disturb me now for next 10 minutes. It's a rare opportunity. And today we have understood that how we are taking care of our gross body and subtle body, but somehow spirit soul is missed, like the bird in the cage. And this chanting will nourish us, that is spirit soul. So now when we are chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra, every single chant is going to nourish us. But the only thing that we have to do is we have to be attentive. You have to chant and you have to hear. Chant and hear, that's it. No need to imagine anything. Obviously mind will take us for a ride here and there. But try your best to chant and hear. Chant and hear. Even if you're able to hear one mantra attentively out of 108, the entire mantra meditation session is successful. So let's try our best only for 10 minutes. Just 10 minutes. Let's begin. Please repeat after me the invocation prayer. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. So for next 10 minutes, it's only you and the mantra. That's it. Nothing in between. You chant and try to hear your own voice. Let's begin, everyone. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare